You think San Francisco is too expensive to enjoy? Well, think again, because in this video, I'm going to show you how to explore the Golden Gate City like a true local for under $500, including accommodation with unforgettable views, iconic eats, hidden gems, and a world-class experience, all without breaking the bank. Stick around for the full video to see all the best tips on how to travel around and where's the best place to stay. Let's dive into San Francisco the smart way. Day 1 starts with a visit to one of San Francisco's most unique and least visited public art installations, the Wave Organ. Located at the end of Yacht Road down near Marina Green, this fascinating piece of artwork was built in 1986 using materials from a demolished cemetery. The Wave Organ is a set of pipes that turn the sounds of the bay's waves into a natural symphony. With the location being right on the shoreline, be sure to bring a jacket as it can get a little breezy down there, even during the summer months. This is also a perfect spot to capture some of the best uncrowded panoramic views of the city, including the famous Golden Gate Bridge and Alcatraz. Once you admire the views, take a 30-minute walk down toward Home Plate, which is located on Lombard Street, for some breakfast. Here you'll find one of the favorite local spots that offers some great food at a budget-friendly price. Grab some of their house-made mini pancakes that are generously portioned. Adding a coffee or tea will take your bill up to about $12. Opt for a glass of tap water if you wish to keep the price down a bit, but be sure to leave a small tip when you're paying the bill. From here, walk north toward the Bayfront Path, starting at the Marina Green and then continuing west toward Crissy Field. This walk offers some of the best views of the Golden Gate Bridge, so be sure to bring your camera to snap up some of the more breathtaking angles. Following the road down will bring you to the Palace of Fine Arts, which is located on Lion Street. Entry here is free, and you should allow up to about 45 minutes to properly explore the palace. The Greco-Roman Rotunda with a lagoon is one of the more serene places in all of San Francisco. Originally built for the 1915 Panama Pacific Exposition, it's now a local favorite for wedding photos and quiet reflection. Here you can take some more photos under the iconic arches, or even feed the ducks or turtles that habitat here, but be sure to use oats or seeds only. For the afternoon, head toward the North Beach, also known as Little Italy. Catching the Minibus 30 to Columbus Avenue for about $2.50 will put you right into the heart of the action. Arriving here around 1 p.m. means it's straight into Golden Boy Pizza for some lunch. This tiny neon-lit corner shop serves thick, focaccia-style square pizza slices since 1978. It's the perfect spot to grab a quick bite to eat. Grab 2 slices and a drink for about $10, but be aware, though, there's no seating inside, so you're going to have to find a spot around the surrounding area to sit back and relax while tucking in. All right, a short 10-minute walk from here is the Coit Tower. Head here via the Filbert Steps, which will lead you through the lush, tucked-away urban garden that's filled with singing birds and exotic flowers. From here, you'll end at the base of Coit Tower, which offers incredible city views without even going inside. Admiring from outside is free of charge and well worth the trip, but if you wish to climb up to the observation deck for a better view of the city from a height, then this will cost you $10. This is completely up to you whether you want to go inside or not. Spend the rest of the afternoon relaxing at Levi's Plaza Park, which again is only a short walk away from the tower. This is a lesser-known park that features koi ponds and plenty of benches that are situated under big trees, which make it a perfect location to rest your legs after a busy morning of walking. Across the street from here is a Trader Joe's, which sells fruits and cold drinks for only $1. Aim to relax around here until 4 p.m. before walking back up to North Beach for an early evening meal. Dinner at Il Casaro Pizzeria and Mozzarella Bar, located at 348 Columbus Avenue, is a cozy modern Italian spot that serves some of the best Neapolitan pizzas in town, with an emphasis on fresh ingredients and real mozzarella. Now, sharing a pizza, if there are 2 of you, will reduce the price and help keep it in line with the budget-friendly first day in the city. Also, asking for tap water instead of a soda will also keep the price down. A pizza to share and a salad to start should help keep the cost around $15, but be sure to leave some on the budget for a small tip. Now spend the rest of the evening strolling around the North Beach area of the city, as there's lots to see and do. There's also some great sunset spots down on the shoreline, so be sure to head down. If you fancy, pick up a small tub of gelato while you enjoy the views of the city from the nighttime. Hey, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any other videos from this channel. Now let's talk about how to travel around San Francisco. Traveling around San Francisco is pretty easy on a budget, as there are many options available. Buses, metros, and streetcars are the easiest and cheapest forms of public transport. Using a Clipper card or the Muni Mobile app will allow you to travel on any of these modes of transport. Fares will cost you about $2, and this will allow you to have unlimited travel for up to 2 hours. Traveling via the BART is also a quick way to get from one side of the city to another, but traveling on this can only be used with the Clipper card. Traveling via one of these iconic cable cars is an absolute must during your 3-day stay, but be aware that these can get a little pricey with fares running about $8 a ride. Only travel on these either once or twice during your stay, as the prices can quickly add up. Bikes and e-scooters are another fun way to explore the city. Using the Lyft app for bikes can allow you to unlock the bike for a flat $3 fee, and then you'll be charged per minute of usage. Apps like Lime, Spin, and Bird are used for renting the scooters, and they've all got different pricing options, so check out each one to see which best suits you. And finally, the cheapest and most fun way to explore the city is by walking. But keep in mind there are a lot of hills in the city, but all of these are very walkable, so try to spend as much time as you can strolling around the streets, as you might miss some of the best sights of the city if you're using public transport. Now, day 2 starts bright and early with a visit down to the Clarion Alley Mural Project, which is located between 17th and 18th Street. Aim to arrive here around 8 a.m., as this is the best time to avoid the crowds and the best time to snap up some photos of the epic artwork that this area has to offer. Located a 15-minute walk from here on 24th Street is La Mejor Bakery, and this is the perfect location for breakfast. Try their fresh pan dulce paired with a café con leche to drink, as this is one of the locals' favorites and a great way to start off your second day of exploring. Breakfast here will only run you between $6 and $7. For the rest of the morning, spend it by relaxing at Mission Dolores Park, which is a 20-minute walk away from the bakery. This park is where San Franciscans come for a lounge or a picnic or just to play music and admire the skyline. Either sit back and relax on one of the many benches that are coveted with shade from the trees, or take time to walk around the park and find the best location to take a photo of the city skyline from a height. Setting off from the park at around 11 a.m. and making your way to 16th Street, where you're going to find the BART station. Exiting at Powell Station will put you in the perfect location for the afternoon. Either jump on the bus or take a 30-minute walk uphill to the Cable Car Museum. Here you're going to see an inside look on the huge winding wheels and cables that actually pull cable cars around. You can also see some of the old classic cars that date all the way back to the 1870s. Entry into the museum is free, so don't worry about purchasing tickets. For lunch, head back to the North Beach, which is about a 15-minute walk downhill. There's a perfect spot for lunch in this area called the Italian Homemade Company. Located on Columbus Avenue, here you're going to find a restaurant that serves up fresh pasta dishes for an extremely good price. The food's prepared in front of you, and the portion sizes are quite filling. Be sure to check the special boards to see what offers they have that day, as they often have $10 pasta dish specials. Now, afternoon sees us heading back in the direction of the Cable Car Museum, but this time we're going to go toward Grace Cathedral, where here you'll find a French Gothic-style church with incredible murals and a replica of Ghiberti's bronze doors. Spend some time roaming around the many different labyrinths that the cathedral has to offer. Across from here is Huntington Park, which is a quiet garden park that has a fountain and plenty of benches for you to sit on and relax those legs after a busy morning of walking up and down those hills. It also has a nice view of downtown. For the rest of the afternoon, this would be a great chance to hop onto one of the classic cable cars for a ride. As, let's face it, you didn't come all the way to San Francisco to not take a ride on one of the more iconic forms of public transport in all of America. Now, prices for a ride are around $8, so it's a little pricey, but well worth it. For an evening meal, make your way back to Columbus Avenue and into Mario's Bohemian Cigar Store Cafe, another Italian restaurant. Now, here you're going to find a cozy cafe with vintage booths and great street views of Washington Square. Mario's has been a neighborhood staple for over 50 years and serves up some great meals for reasonable prices. Either share a pizza or try one of their oven-baked sandwiches. A meal here for the evening should cost you no more than $20 with a drink. Afterwards, take a stroll around the area of the city, which is beautifully lit up around nighttime. Now let's talk about the airport situation. San Francisco International Airport is located 13 miles south of the downtown area. The two best ways to get to and from the airport on a budget is either by the BART or by a Samtrans bus. The BART will cost $10 each way and takes a total of 30 minutes to get to the heart of the city. Now, these also run every 15 to 20 minutes. The cheapest way, though, is by bus, and this will cost you anywhere between $3 to $5 depending on your destination. Now, these are a little slower, though, and could take up to 60 minutes before they get to downtown. Now, the best time to visit while traveling on a budget are between the months of January through March, as this is when it's the off-season, so hotel rates are lower and there are less tourists about. November is also a good month to visit if you can find a cheap deal. Now, staying in a hostel can really bring the budget for the whole trip down, as you can find 3 nights in some hostels for around $250, and that includes a private double room with an ensuite. A link to Hostel World will be left in the description below. Hotels are a little more expensive, but some areas to consider when booking would be Union Square, North Beach, and Soma. Now, these more central locations might cost you a little bit more in price, but will save on spending money on public transport. Now let's talk about day 3, your final day. It starts off at Fort Point, which is located down under the Golden Gate Bridge. Aim to get here around 8 a.m., as there's plenty to see and do down here. This is a hidden Civil War-era fortress that sits directly under the bridge. Either climb up to the rooftop cannon deck that offers stunning 360-degree views of the city and bring some of the best photo opportunities of the Golden Gate Bridge, or spend time exploring historic exhibits of the U.S. Army. For breakfast, take a 25-minute scenic walk toward Fort Mason, where you'll find Equator Coffees, which serve up fresh pastries and coffee. Here, you can enjoy your breakfast with a view of the Golden Gate from one of the more iconic and peaceful bayfront terraces. A pastry and coffee will cost around $8, so it's the perfect location for a budget-friendly breakfast in this part of the city. They often have a pay-it-forward coffee voucher pinned to the board, so feel free to use one if you want to save a little bit of cash. A short 10-minute walk here is the Musée Mécanique, which is located on Pier 45 at Fisherman's Wharf. Inside, you'll find a vintage arcade that houses one of the world's largest privately owned collection of vintage arcade games. Entry here is free, but there's a small fee to play the games. Budget an amount of money you'd like to spend and then stick to it and have some fun. You might just find some classic games that you haven't played for years. Take a nice stroll toward Chinatown for an early afternoon, and it'll put you in the perfect location for a bite to eat. Good Mong Kok Bakery down on Stockton Street has been serving up takeaway-style dim sum for years. Inside here, there's no seating, so decide on 3 or 4 items to order and then find a nice spot outside in one of the nearby parks to plot. Now, ordering only a small number of items will see you stay under a $10 budget. Now, a great location to sit down and enjoy your food would be Portsmouth Park. This small plaza is the historic heart of San Francisco and the site of the first American flag raised in the city back in 1846. Sit at one of the many benches around here and tuck into some dim sum as you sit back, relax, and people watch. 2 blocks down from here is the Golden Gate Fortune Cookie Factory, which in this tiny working factory, you'll get to see where handmade fortune cookies are still folded by hand. Admission into here is free, but it's a good gesture to give a small $1 or $2 tip. They also offer the option to make your own fortune cookie where you can add unique flavors to it. Now, for your final evening meal in this truly magnificent city, make your way once again to Columbus Avenue, where you're going to find Trattoria Pinocchio, which is a traditional Italian restaurant known as one of the more authentic old-school restaurants in North Beach. It's got outdoor seating and even live music on the weekends. Prices here are extremely reasonable, so try one of the many different pasta dishes that they have to offer. Bread here is usually free, so ask the waiter for some to start, and maybe opt for a little house wine if it's in line with your budget. Come on, you can live a little. Now, after, spend the rest of the evening in Washington Park, where you can see St. Peter and Paul's Church lit up in the evening, which is a perfect site for a photo. Grab a gelato from Mona Lisa Deli for $3 before taking one last stroll down Columbus Avenue and admire all of the neon lights lit up while reflecting back on an unforgettable 3-day adventure in one of the more well-known cities in all of the world. Hey, and make sure that if you like this video, click the video on screen now to see how to explore more locations around the world on a budget. See you next time.